Hi, everyone. Welcome to Panvala's February Town Hall. Thanks for being with us today. We are at currently 93 communities. We have two more that just applied. So we'll give it a few more days and then we'll be most likely at 95. And then with the addition of our first network chapter, the Giveth chapter, that's another 193 communities. So we kind of grew overnight. I want to pass the baton to Rachel from Opolis, and she's going to share a little bit about that organization, what they do, and how we can benefit from their services as individuals working in Web3. So Rachel, you have the floor.
Awesome. Thank you so much just for having me here today. I just want to give a huge thanks to Rachel and Naran for welcoming me into Panvala and just being really helpful and helping me learn all the things. We recently did a Freelancer Friday with Panvala, and it was really exciting to just learn more about the stamps program. And yeah, I guess I'll start with an introduction. So sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. So my name is Rachel. I'm a coalition success here at Opolis. My job is to nurture these partnerships with different Web3 communities and DAOs. And yeah, I feel a lot of joy today. I'm excited that Naran and I will be speaking at Shelling Point and going to Denver soon. So yeah, I guess we can use this for whatever you guys want to do. I don't really have like a plan in place, but if you want to learn more about Opolis, what we offer to individuals, I have a deck I can go through. I just could go off the top of my head. Should I just go off the top of my head with it?
Well, I think actually decks are really helpful to have that visual for people to see.
I'm the same. I'm a very visual person, so I like having the deck personally. So let me open that up. So I just actually reset my computer, so I have to get it open from my phone really quick. I'm so sorry, you guys.
No worries. It's a morning of technical issues, it seems like. So.
Okay, here we go. Intro, what is Opolis? Let me get the link. So sorry, you guys. Okay. 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 Sorry, technical difficulties. Okay, so here we go. Let me share my screen if I'm able to. Can you enable screen sharing, Rachel? Or Naran?
Sweet. You should be good to go now.
Awesome. All right. So let's dive in. So this is what is Opolis. This is just our main deck that I usually show. So for those of you that are not familiar, Opolis is a member-owned digital employment cooperative. So what that means is people that join the employment commons also become a partial owner through our tokenomics. And what this means is we celebrate the independence of individuals joining while offering them basically employer services. So for those of you that are familiar with a PEO or a third-party employment organization, we're a DEO. So a DEO is a decentralized employment organization. So specifically, we're offering payroll, we're offering benefits, and membership perks, essentially like different insurance packages and tokenomics through payroll mining. So the main service, or I should say one of the main services that we offer is payroll. So an issue that we see a lot of the times in Web3, people earning in crypto, compliance is a factor in your earnings, right? When you're earning anything, I believe it's over $600, you need to be reporting that income. You need to be paying, in the United States, at least federal and state taxes on that income. So we help with the compliance factor in payroll. So we help individuals who are earning in Web3, who are running their own business, or just solo entrepreneurs or digital nomads. We help them to get an annual W-2, which I just got, and that's going to make taxes so much easier. And you also get semi-monthly payroll processing. So I like to break this down with basically a problem, right? And help people identify the value in this through a problem. For me, I was working for a layer 1 protocol, and I was earning in the native token. I moved to the San Francisco Bay Area, and finding an apartment is nearly impossible if you don't have pay stubs, if you don't have a W-2, if you don't have a way to show that you're legally employed. So for me, this solved the problem of earning magic internet money and needing a piece of paper that said I was legally earning. So Opolis solved that problem for me specifically. And yeah, like I mentioned, you earn rewards every time you process payroll. We'll get into that a little bit later in the presentation. Compliance. So basically all the alphabet soup letter things, FLSA, if you guys are familiar with the Fair Labor Standards Act, it essentially says that you need to earn the minimum annual salary in fiat currency in your jurisdiction. So this is in the United States. Is anybody here international or not in the United States? Yeah. Okay, so this applies for the United States and Canada now. So we've expanded, we're starting to expand internationally. We've started with Canada. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about international areas, let me know. If there's enough demand for us to move somewhere and expand, it's something I could bring up to the team. But for now, we're compliant with US and Canadian labor laws. So we help with withholdings and tax filings. For those of you that are familiar with FUTA and SUTA in the United States, those are the federal and state taxes that need to be paid on your earnings. So we help with that, and we help make sure that you're compliant and legally earning as a worker. And then also Opolis offers employer of record, workers' comp up to $1 million, and access to liability insurance. And then the member benefits. So this is another thing I think is a huge value add to Opolis and something that has helped me. And this applies to anyone that is like an independent business owner working on DAOs, doing the work that they love. Like basically it allows you the safety net, like all the benefits you'd get at a corporate position with all the freedom of doing the work that you love, working in Web3, working on DAOs, or just running your own business. We offer the health and dental and vision, and this is insurance that travels with you. We call it portable benefits because you don't have to be tied to one entity for these. And our founder likes to say, like, or not likes to say, but it's just a fact, like so many people stay in jobs that they feel disengaged in for the benefits. And we don't believe that it should be that way. We believe in something called democratized employment and the self-sovereign worker. So basically, people not needing a singular entity to get all the things they need to thrive. So what we do at Opolis is we offer individuals these tools. So yeah, the benefits have been really great. I used to get on the state exchange. I'm in California. I just remember paying insane fees anytime I went to the dentist or endodontist. So I am one of these people that really saves with the coverage I get through Opolis. And this varies from person to person. This might not be the same for you, but a lot of people do save. There's also qualifying life events. If you guys are familiar with insurance terms, if you're under 26 years old, if you're on your parents' plan, it might not apply to you, and you don't need to opt into the benefits. This is optional for members that join. So these need to be updated. These are some of our premiums from last year, but it gives you a good idea. We have the silver, gold, bronze, PPO, HSA. Those of you familiar with medical, or I'm sorry, insurance terms, I always say HSA all the way because it's basically a health savings account that goes with you as you get older. And it's something you can get like a savings account with for your health costs. So I really like that. Personally, I chose silver HSA. And again, these are all optional. I just think it's really important to have your basic human needs met and have benefits. Our founder or our co-founder likes to say, insurance is the least important thing until it's the most important thing, right? Until you have like an event in your life where you really need it. And please stop me if I'm going too fast. Is there any questions, any comments from anyone? Good. Okay, cool. So other benefits that we offer, retirement. So one thing I'm so grateful for, this is not something I thought I'd be doing at this point in my life. I am in my 20s and I just opened up a 401k and I'm saving for my retirement. And for those of you, has anyone seen the documentary Explained or the documentary series on Netflix? You guys know Explained? So Explained breaks down like different concepts and they go super in depth. They were talking about retirement and they were talking about just like inflation and money and how like basically you need to start saving for retirement as soon as you can. Life is getting really expensive, you know, like just to have your basic human needs met because people are living longer now. Retirement is so important, you know, like so watching that, if you guys haven't seen it, Explained, there's one on retirement. It's actually in Money Explained. The one on retirement is really good. It's a little scary, not gonna lie, just to see like what you actually need to retire nowadays. So yeah, I think as soon as you can start saving for your retirement, the sooner the better, even if you're allocating 2%, you know, and sometimes the org that you're working with will match your 401k contribution. So it's really good to explore if you're earning a certain amount and can get the matching from your org. Other insurance we offer, like I mentioned, FSA and HSA. I don't think a lot of people know the difference, but FSA basically is an account that basically accumulates throughout the year. And if you don't use it within that year, it doesn't carry over to the next year. That's why I always say HSA all the way, save that money, you know, later into life when you can use it. We also offer life insurance, long and short-term disability, and the retirement plans I mentioned. And getting to the last part of the presentation here, every member is also an owner, like I mentioned before. So we have something called payroll mining. I'm sure Naran and Rachel, you've heard the term before, correct? So payroll mining, basically, we offer something called the work token. So this is a unit of patronage. This is not listed for sale on any exchanges, but this is given to our members who utilize payroll services, who utilize benefits, and who make referrals. So you accumulate work tokens, you can stake it in your dashboard, and this acts as a governance and voting token as Opolis transitions into a DAO. And we're on track to hit 1,000 members early this year. Once it's on our roadmap, once we hit 1,000 members to transition into a DAO. So these will become increasingly valuable and give you some, you know, skin in the game at Opolis when it comes to making decisions. So yeah, this is just to wrap up a couple other details. So what makes you eligible for Opolis? There are some qualifying factors. So most states, we want you to earn, well, you need to earn a minimum annual salary to be compliant with FLSA. Most states, it's going to be between 40 and 45K. The higher cost of living states like California and New York, those are going to be between 70 and 75K. I think 73K to be exact. So as long as you meet those requirements, you're eligible to join. There's a 1% admin fee. And yeah, we also recommend if you don't plan to run 100% of your payroll through Opolis, you should speak with a tax professional. And luckily we have partnered with some CPAs. So we are doing spaces, I think like bi-weekly now with Darian advisors. So yeah, some other things that are in the presentation, we have really started to take community building a lot more seriously. Every week I do a partner spotlight and a freelancer Friday call. And we also meet, like I mentioned, with certified tax professionals. And these calls really aim to just bring up other communities to talk about impactful projects, to talk about how to run your own business and tax compliance. So I know it's all really fun stuff, but you know, tax season is here. And also I feel like it's, you know, time for people to learn how to be their own bosses, how to run their own lives and not, you know, be subjugated to hierarchical employment structures. So we are doing the thing over here at Opolis, and I'm very grateful to be here today and be talking about this with all of you. So yeah, I'll pass it back to Rachel and Naran. If anyone has any questions, feel free to ask.
Rachel, have you interviewed the crypto tax girl on Twitter yet?
I have not, but I'm open to making the connection. The crypto tax girl.
Yeah, she's really great.
Oh man. Hold up. Now I gotta check this out. Okay, the crypto tax girl. I feel like I'm gonna go in a rabbit hole now.
Well, so she's probably booked out. Last time I contacted her, she was like booked out for months, and she charges like $500 for, I think, 15 minutes or something like that. But
oh wow.
yeah, she's like very busy, it seems like. But anyway, if you can interview her, I highly recommend it. So
okay, well, it's in my notes now. So
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, let me know if anything there resonated with you. I'm gonna drop a couple of resources in here. The first thing I'll do, oh my gosh, I just reset my computer, so I don't have a lot of things that I used to have. The first thing I'll do is drop basically a form. If you want to get connected with me or inquire about learning about Opolis and what it looks like to join as a member, I'll drop that link here. Actually, I remember it. Yeah, so that link right there, if you click I'm interested, I can actually just show you guys what this looks like. So this is the typical flow for people who want to inquire about joining. Sorry, Zoom is being a little wonky right now. So yeah, this page just basically has my bio. It talks a little bit more about what Opolis is, what we're providing. Some of our partners are here. These are not all of our partners, but you can click, you have two options here. You can either click I'm interested, and I recommend doing this and just filling out the form. Basically what this does is it pre-qualifies you. So if you're not sure if you qualify for Opolis, filling out this form will fill out the different fields that make that determination. And if you do, if this is something you're interested in, one of our membership success stewards will reach out to you and walk you through everything. They'll basically ask you, like, what do you need help with? Are you looking for benefits? Do you need help with tax compliance, payroll, W-2? So they'll walk through with you and pretty much like diagnose what your needs are and then go from there. Now, if you're not sure, if you're even interested and you want to just schedule a call, there's a button right here. If you want to schedule a call with me individually, I can walk you through all the things. I typically, when I have a call with someone, I find a way for us to collaborate and do something together. If you're here, if you're showing up in Web3, there's some way for us to do something together. Like Opolis is deeply ingrained in the East Denver community. Our founder is also the founder of East Denver. So there's just a lot of events. There's a lot of community building initiatives. I often will bring people up as speakers to speak on Freelancer Friday, Partner Spotlight. So if you're working on something interesting and you want to talk about that, feel free to schedule a call. And just to show you guys also, if you are working on an interesting project and you want to join Opolis as a coalition partner, we have the option for that too. So I'll send that link in here. And what this would basically get you is access to a referral link, and this would be an avenue for earnings for you and your organization or as an individual. So our referral program grants people $100 per qualified lead that schedules a call with us, and then $300 for anyone that actually signs up. And our partners earn through this referral-based system. They also earn work reward tokens. So I'll share this link with you guys here. Let's see, I'm not able to see my Zoom. There it is. So I'll share this link if any of you are interested in joining the coalition as a partner, like Panvala is. And then you would just shoot us over your logo and you would get this here. So aside from that, trying to think of what else. Referral Rock. So this is our referral program. Let's see. Gosh, I have nothing saved on here. I just reset my computer. So I'll look for the referral rock link, and basically what that does is that gets you cash rewards for your referrals. And I highly suggest for Panvala to getting that for your referrals. So yeah, I'll share the referral rock link. Rachel and Naran, do you guys want to talk a little bit about the stamps program and stamps Opolis has?
Absolutely. So right now, there are two different stamps that you can earn for referring people to Opolis. If there are people in the community you're a part of, the DAO, the project that you're working on, who you know are earning in this decentralized independent contractor sort of way, they are probably not set up properly to be able to file their taxes, get their healthcare benefits, retirement planning, all that kind of stuff. They're not set up for it. Opolis is for them. And again, Opolis isn't just a normal kind of business that's trying to make as much profit from you as possible. It's a community-owned business. It's literally people coming together to solve their own problems, which is really what the future economy that we want to build looks like. When you make that referral, you can claim the stamp at panvala.com/stamps, and that helps your community, whichever community you want to fund. It helps you earn more resources for whatever your community does. Opolis within Panvala is kind of special because there are some businesses that run stamp campaigns, and that's the side of Panvala that they participate on. And then there are some communities that collect stamps, and that's the side of Panvala that they participate on. Opolis is both. It's a business that uses its marketing dollars to fund communities to get more members to be able to join Opolis and process their payroll that way. And it's also a community because it's a community-owned business of people coming together to solve problems on their own. So their members can also collect stamps and redeem them to support Opolis. So it kind of gives a glimpse of the economy that we're trying to build. We're building an economy that funds communities by default. So imagine not just earning stamps for your community when you refer people to Opolis, but imagine going about the rest of your day in the economy out there. You're making purchases from different businesses that are all spending marketing dollars to be able to get you in the door. Imagine if those marketing dollars are going to you to take to a community that you care about, and that community that you care about is providing your healthcare benefits, is providing your payroll, et cetera. Think about it as the marketing dollars in our economy providing a discount on the services you already need. That's what the economy that we're trying to build really is. A lot of what we put out there sounds like it's just about making marketing dollars fund a particular cause, a particular some sort of doing good. But it is about that, but it's also about doing good for you and your community members. So anything that you are obtaining together with your community, whether it's healthcare benefits, payroll processing, et cetera, that is something that we want the economy to fund for you by default. That's what it's all about. That's what collecting stamps are all about. We want marketing dollars to fund your community's needs, including things like employment benefits. So hope that gives kind of a glimpse of where we're heading. Imagine more and more stamp campaigns from more and more businesses across our economy, and imagining those going to give you a discount on what you're paying to Opolis for your payroll processing. Imagine getting a discount on that because marketing dollars are flowing in to be able to subsidize the things that you already care about. That's the economy that we're working together to build, and we're excited to have Opolis on board to make that happen.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Naran. And just for everyone here today, I shared this link. If you want to check out more of the Panvala stamps and view like what basically would qualify you for an Opolis stamp, they're basically based on the number of referrals that you'd make. And like Naran said, this is really just an awesome way to support regenerative employment project here at Opolis and Panvala as well. So there's other stamps projects too I'm really curious to learn more about and support. Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Naran and Rachel, just for having me here today and having the opportunity to do this. I'm really just like here for any chance to talk about Opolis because I discovered it and it's something that changed my life so much. Like, I feel like it's kind of leveled me up from degen to regen employment, solo entrepreneur.
We're happy to have you, Rachel. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Rachel.
Let's keep talking about some Panvala updates. So I'm going to share my screen again and see if I do it right so I don't mute myself. Okay, can you all see the slideshow? And you can hear me okay? Okay. So as we were speaking earlier, before we started recording, Niran will be at ETH Denver at the Shelling Point on March 2nd to give a talk. And then we just found out Rachel from Opolis will be giving a talk there as well. We have a new stamp coming out in a few weeks, really. The tentative launch is on 13th. The stamp art is in, it's from Govern. So we'll be posting more information about that as we get closer to the launch. If you know of any organization that is looking to get more people buying their product or using their service, consider connecting us with them, as sponsored stamp campaigns equal perpetual funding to the communities in our network. So the more campaigns we get in, the more funding we have to share with our community. We are working on a new stamp collecting experience for our users. Part of that experience should be finished by the end of March. So you can see some of that here, like where the form, the actual form you fill out after you do the action or do the purchase of a sponsored campaign. The form won't be on Google Forms or any other way. It'll be this new version on our website. So you can literally kind of look for your community. There'll be all these different options you can choose on the side to narrow the search. Really simply just putting your information in and then letting you know that your NFT is on its way. So I'm excited for that. Our budget proposal, there are no new changes to the proposal for the 75% of the budget that goes towards communities. So you'll see that budget proposal coming out soon. The goal is to have all the quarterly distributions out by this Friday. All the stamped NFTs have been distributed from last quarter. So if for some reason you did an action and you didn't get a stamp, it is either because you didn't qualify for that stamp, or we did actually run out of the generous AF $10 stamps. And so that would be another reason. If you did try to get that one and you didn't receive it, that would be why. We are looking for more contributors to Panvala, operations associate, communications manager, and a graphic designer. Most of these roles would be part-time and contract work. We will be posting something on our website within the next few weeks about the actual descriptions for these roles. But if you know of anyone who might be interested, you can send them our way. And just a reminder about the Activities Fund, it hasn't seen a lot of activity over the last quarter, and it is a pool of money for our Web3 communities, our Web3 chapter to utilize whenever they are having an activity. So if you are planning on hosting an event, let's say at ETH Denver, and you would like to apply for a micro grant, please do so, because we do have money sitting waiting for you all to ask for. And that's really it with the updates. Niran, do you want to share anything?
It's great to be kind of in full gear post the new year and really with kind of a clear vision of what this year looks like. If you think back to 2022, what that looked like within Panvala is shifting to stamps. Because again, we built up this network of communities by having a token supply that we shared with the communities that were joining, basically based on how much activity was going on in each community. What this movement is about, though, is about building an economy that funds communities by default. And it's about building that economy through actions that we all take. It's not about building magical technology that's going to change the economy for us. That's not how it works. It's not about building some sort of speculative asset that people buy and then it magically funds communities. That's not what this is about. It's literally about people taking action across every community, across our society that reshapes how our economy works. And that's literally what you're doing every time you collect a stamp. Every time you collect a stamp, those are dollars that are shifting from other ways of spending marketing dollars, ads on Facebook, ads on Google, scrolling through Instagram, seeing ads everywhere. Those dollars are shifting to your community when you collect those stamps. The more and more communities we show how to collect those stamps, the more and more businesses, when they're choosing rationally how to allocate their marketing budget, they're saying, hey, how can we get the most customers in the door? Right now, that answer is buy more ads. The more people who are collecting stamps, the more that answer becomes sponsor more stamps, get more communities to send their members our way by funding their community. Those are the actions that you and I individually take that reshape our economy. And by the time our work is done, that's what's going to make our economy fund communities by default. All the marketing dollars that we can shift will flow to communities instead. That's why we have to expand beyond just the Web3 communities where we started, the Giveth chapter where people are funding regen projects, into the real world, into the cities that we live in. And that's really the story that we want to be able to tell this year about creating not just a Web3 chapter and a Giveth chapter, but a San Francisco chapter, an Austin chapter, a New York chapter, bringing together the communities that we spend most of our time in, the people that we actually live close to, bringing those communities on board so they can benefit from an economy that funds communities by default, and so they can help us build it as well. That means more kinds of sponsors, not just tech related sponsors, not just crypto related sponsors, but literally sponsors for the kinds of things you're buying all the time. Maybe when you go and book your next vacation, you're earning stamps that fund your community. Maybe when you're trying to buy your next coffee, you're earning a stamp that funds your community. There's so many businesses out there spending marketing dollars. And the more that we work with those businesses to show them how to spend those dollars in another way that's equally or more effective, that's how we take those actions step by step that rebuilds our economy in a way that funds communities by default. Doing that on the local level is the way to make this real. That's the way to make it so clear to more and more people that this is something that they can actually do. Because again, it's not the Panvala team that reshapes our economy. It's not me. I don't do it. It's literally each and every person across our society changing their behavior, changing how they think about the purchases that they make, changing the purchases that they make to make sure that it's funding their community at the end of the day. That's what it looks like to reshape our economy. You don't need to pass a law. You don't need to start a business. There's no magical solution. It's literally just you working together with as many people as possible to change the way things work, because at the end of the day, the power lies with you. It always has. All we're trying to do is teach more people how to use it and to do it together, because that's what makes us work. I can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. But the more people we teach how to engage in this movement, that's how we reshape our economy. That's how we build an economy that supports your community. That's how we build an economy that supports our environment and doesn't set it on fire. That's how we build the world that we want to live in and the world that we want to give to our kids. So I'm excited that each and every one of you are a part of this movement and looking forward to seeing it grow throughout this year.
Woohoo!
Mic drop.
Thanks, Mira. Anyone have any questions before we say goodbye? Okay, thanks everyone for joining us. And Rachel, is there anything that Opolis is doing specifically at ETH Denver?
We're doing so. That's such a loaded question. Yeah, so on the 25th, we're doing a meetup with Bankless DAO and Meta Gamma Delta DAO. So I think Meta Gamma Delta DAO is part of Panvala League, right?
Yes.
So yeah, it'd be really awesome to have you guys join that. I'll find the link for it. Again, my computer doesn't have all my things right now. Aside from that, let me think. There's so much. We're doing the Women's Spa Day on the 25th. I'm curating that. It's not really like an Opolis thing, just something I'm doing. Let's see. On the 28th, we're also doing an Opolis Summit. So we have a mini summit on the 28th. We also, I'm going to be speaking at Shelling Point now, and I'm also going to be talking on a panel with Talent DAO at DAO Denver. So those are just some of the things that I'll be at, and I'm working with Opolis. So yeah, I hope to see you guys there. A couple other links that I shared. We're doing a partnership spotlight this week in 2 days with the Polygon core team, basically the head of the DAO ecosystem and a couple other people from their DAO team. We're going to be doing a deep dive in their DAO community. So that could be a good opportunity for Panvala if we want to identify new DAOs or communities that want to fund themselves. And also we're doing Freelancer Friday with Hedgie Finance this week. So yeah, I shared the link for our upcoming Polygon space, and I'll share the other links too if I have enough time.
Awesome, thank you. And so our next town hall isn't until after ETH Denver, which is why I wanted to talk about it a little bit. And so for anyone who's here or who will be watching this on YouTube once it's posted, like, please join us there at ETH Denver if you are attending. Reach out to us if you want to get involved in any way or connect. And then hopefully we'll see you next month. Thanks everyone for coming.
Have a great month, everybody. Great to see you.
All right.
All right.
Thank you guys for having me. Bye, everybody.